Okay, so welcome back to some more Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game at number 2. Today we're going to be checking out two different versions of 2019 Arlington. This one by Goon Rider 102, and then my own version of 2019 Arlington, similar to what I did with Minneapolis. So that'll be coming up later. Also, some third person on my track will be coming up. If you're a big, or first person. Did I say third person? I meant first. If you're a big first person guy, I do have a bit here at the end of this video. I suck at it, but hey, I tried to change it up a little bit. And this track overall is really good. I think his scaling on his track is probably better than mine was. My track had a few sections that were a bit overscaled. I wasn't a big fan of the sand roller because I don't believe it's going to be like that in real life. This section was done better than mine. Probably could get through there a few different ways, but that's what we did. He does have the baby double there before the whoops, which the track map insinuates that that'll actually be there. And then that's a lap. So overall is a pretty solid job. I mean, there was no other versions. It was this and then mine. When I do these videos on the Sunday after the race, so we just got done with Minneapolis, and there was no other versions of the track. And I believe, I don't know if I said it, you can triple out here. I did it once, but I didn't capture it. So unfortunately, we never really got it, but that was the tough section. That was by far the toughest section on this guy's track. So yeah, this section here is pretty similar to mine. There's not too much interpretation you can do here. Kind of step up over double and then a triple. Now his triple was easier to get than mine was. And then heading back down the start straight here, his doesn't run as far into the corner. The track map shows that it should run closer to that 180 over there, but not a big deal. I mean, it's not something to really complain about. So overall, yeah, really good track, pretty well scaled, better scaled than mine. And we're gonna hop over into my version of 2019 Arlington next. Okay, so here's my version of 2019 Arlington. It is pretty similar, but we will talk about some of the differences. Here, I don't believe they're going to jump to that. I think you'll have like a little roller there. And then I had them going double, double, triple out. I think that's possible. I definitely think that's possible. Very similar here. Now, these two sections are a little bit overscaled. I do recognize it, but I don't know. I thought it was fun. Pretty easy to overjump that. This double before the triple is really, really touchy. If you overjump it, I cannot quite get the triple. I feel like I might have overscaled my triple a little bit, but it's fun in the game. Head back down the start straight here, and then we have a little roller. And I'm going to talk about this outside jump here on the next lap. So I go double, and then we throw a quad in, and then if you hit it just right, you can triple out into the corner. I've done it once. Super tough line, but that's why that double into the corner, if you were to double it, is so stretched out. One, so you're not over jumping like crazy if you take the double, and two, it makes that triple super tough to get if you go for it. So that is the first lap. Now on this next lap, not too much to say about the first part of the track, but I do want to talk about that back rhythm section before the whoops. So what was I gonna say? This rhythm section, I didn't really find too many other ways of going through it. I'm sure somebody that's good at the game will probably find a few different ways, but for me, it was pretty much that same rhythm non-stop. I didn't really build it with, you know, too many different line choices in mind, I guess. We're back to here. Do I get this? One of these laps I don't get this triple. Maybe it's the next lap. Or no, next lap we'll be going into first person, I believe. I don't really know. But anyways, the corner jump coming up here after the roller, we're going to go outside. Now to get this to line up, I had to put a small segment of turn or corner there first. Then I put that corner jump section in. And then I had to put another small segment of corner, the turn, in after it, turning the opposite direction to straighten it back out. Does that make sense? Because when you lay that down, it doesn't line up perfectly, so it's really weird. It's like it needs to turn in a little bit more, and to do that, you have to use the small turn, the small flat turn first, and then put that sweeping jump turn. Then you have to put another small turn in facing the opposite direction. Kind of confusing, but that's the best way to make it line up. And then here we go into some first person. The first lap's actually really good. After that, it gets kind of sketchy because I'm not very good with it. But I really do enjoy the first person cam. It looks really good. Even if I'm not very good at it, it does look pretty darn good in the game. So, yeah, that about covers 2019 Arlington. Let me know what you thought of the tracks, both of mine and Goon Rider 102. But let's switch over to the picks. That last race at Minneapolis was insane. The LCQ was crazy. The heats were crazy. It was insane. It was so insane. And that 450 race was like, whoa. You know, it was like the top 4 or 3 were only separated by like 3.5 seconds for the longest time. It was crazy. Savachi leading a good chunk of the race. That was insane. I mean, really, really, really good race. That was awesome. Kind of a tough track to pass on, it looked like, and what they were saying, but really great race. So I think I chose Faulkner, which I got right. He shredded everybody, but I believe I chose Tomac, and I think Tomac would have had a really good chance at winning had he got a good start, but he kind of got, I don't know if he got pinched off on the start or what happened, but yeah, Cooper Webb ended up winning, so he's got, I believe, 3 wins on the year. So overall, we were 1 for 2, I guess. So we're heading into Arlington, and this track, I don't know. The layout is similar to last week, but it's going to be different. It's going to be different. I feel like that whoop section is definitely going to be bigger than last weekend in Minneapolis, so big whoops are going to be tough. I know Tomac has done really well here in the past. I mean, I really feel like Jordan Smith could win a race. I really feel like he could beat Faulkner, but it's going to be tough. I'm sticking with Faulkner for the 250s, and I don't know, man. I don't know who to call for the 450s. I haven't been too right. I mean, Cooper Webb looks like he's kind of on a roll. I mean, he kind of looks like, you know, on a track, on a bike, that man's unbeatable. I mean, it really is starting to look like it. I mean, I know he didn't win in the mud, but he just looks unbelievably good. He's got a lot of confidence and a lot of skill. I mean, he's a great rider. But I'm not going to go with him. I'm not going to go with Coop because I feel like that's the easy answer. I think I'm going to stick with Tomac. I'm going to stick with the same 2 that I had for Minneapolis. I feel like Tomac's done well there in the past. I feel like he's going to want to rebound after last weekend, so he might push a little bit harder. And I feel like Faulkner, right now at least, is just kind of on a level by himself, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my picks. Faulkner and Tomac, just like last weekend. I mean, I feel like Cooper could get it, and I know as soon as I go against Roxon, he's going to get his first win of the year, but I'm sticking to it. Tomac, Faulkner for Arlington 2019. Let me know what your guys' picks are in the comments down below. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately, and until the next video, take it easy.